Welcome, one and all, to Animal Crossing New Horizons. My name is Akistra, and I'm going to be doing some 5-star island tours on this channel. If that's what you guys like, we're going to see how well this one does. This is the first recorded video that I'm putting on my channel, and this is actually my 5-star island. Um, the island that you're going to be seeing through all the streams and stuff is going to be a different one. I just wanted to get this recording out of the way before I transfer it over to an SD card, um, because I don't want it to get corrupted or anything and then not be able to do this tour. So I'm going to record it now, and whether or not it actually ends up on the channel anytime soon is yet to be seen. So first we're going to take a look at the map. I have 4 player character villagers, player character houses. I've got my house, which is an actual house. I have Celeste's, which is based on an observatory. Kakashi, which is based to look like a restaurant. And Barry B, which is going to be a surprise. But if you guys know anything about your memes, you're going to be able to figure out what this is pretty quick before we get there. Now, as for the villagers living on my island, I have Fauna, Tia, Filbert, Eloise, Nibbles, which is one of my faves. She's so cute. Marshall, Caroline, Mary, Alice, and Diana. Now, Alice actually reminds me of one of my friends, but we're not going to get too much into that. Okay. Um, this is the island. All of the pathways were designed by myself. I put all of the time and effort into actually making these, mostly because I had no idea how QR codes worked when I started playing this game. Um, I'm gonna put a link to the creator code in at the end of the video or at the in the description so you guys can see it. Uh, but this is the residential area. That's Alice. She's so cute. And I tried to make the main residential area look kind of bright and friendly. Like I tried to go for a very colorful theme, as you can tell by all of the multicolored flowers on top of all of the villagers' yards. I thought that it would be really neat to give them running waterfalls and custom music, but the villagers seem to keep turning it off. I don't know. You can just never satisfy them. But I did try and go for kind of like a rainbowy thing. I tried to limit how many times I duplicated colors for the different villagers, and I tried to give them all little custom yards that, I'm gonna be completely honest, were entirely random. I was just like, yeah, this is an item I have in my storage. This will definitely fit great in this yard. Um, Believe it or not, the most difficult yard to get all the flowers for was not, in fact, the one with all of the lilies of the valley around it, but it was, in fact, the one with all of the green mums, because I think that I still am one short. But that's okay. This is Nibbles' house, and oh man, I love Nibbles. She's so cute. Okay, so we're gonna go left because one of my big inspirations for doing this channel is Tagback TV. If you guys haven't checked out his channel before, you should definitely go and check it out. Um, and he always goes left. He likes to start going left, so I'm gonna take inspiration from him. Uh, there's not a whole lot going on my island's beaches, because I wanted to just kind of leave them like just kind of feeling like a normal beach. Like when I was a kid, my family and I, we would constantly go to the beach, and there was always logs on the beach, and I'd walk along them all the time, and my grandpa would always try and get me to see if I can like balance in special ways or like go quickly across the logs, trying to give me more of a challenge so I wasn't just walking on them. And that's a very fond memory I have. Um, we got this wet floor sign over by the lookout and the lighthouse. Um, I just thought that that would be really funny. No other inspiration behind that. I just thought it was a good meme. Um, Going up, we have this little garden here that I just thought looked really nice off to the center of the plaza. Um, it really became a lot nicer when they released the bushes and the hedges and stuff. It really wrapped the look of it all together, because before that it was just grass in all of those spots. So I'm really thankful for that update. Over to the right here, we have the Museum Plaza, which basically was just more of an open space area that I wanted to try and have a plaza like this, but also be able to put things down in it, because that the fact that we can't put anything here is kind of bananas. It could just go in the community box, if they need to put something there, or a villager there or something. Over to the sides here, we got the stores, which are surrounded by gold roses all the way along. I gotta tell you, that was a big pain. I had a giant black rose garden to fill for all of these gold roses. It was a pain and a half, but it was very worth it, because now I feel like it really adds to the brightness that I was going for the whole village. Moving along, we've got the Statue of Liberty. I had no idea what to do with her, so I just kind of threw her over there. I think she looks good there. I wouldn't change it. And over here we've got kind of like a cafe area with like a dog park beside it. So, if you wanted to walk your dog and kind of come over and sit for a coffee. If I can sit. Ah, there we go. Sit for a coffee, have some cake, play some local chess. Then your dog also has some sort of an area to sit by himself, so he's not just chained to your chair. And now I thought it would be really funny to kind of bury a T-Rex tail inside the dog park, kind of like the dogs did. The dogs definitely did it. It wasn't me. Shh, shh, it wasn't me. I swear. I custom made the Starbucks sign. That was really a pain, because, pixels versus the vector that they have for their design. But it turned out pretty okay, I think. I got the design from a video, or I got the idea from a video that I watched of putting the mannequins behind the counter to make it look like it's employed. Honestly, such a genius idea. I'm so glad that someone else thought of that and I was able to take that, because it really adds life to these areas that you would want to have occupied otherwise. Over to the right of that, we've got our gym area. I think like the saddest part about this whole quarantine thing is the fact that we can't go to the gym because everything's closed. And so I pretty much feel like this all the time, just wanting to work out but too tired, because like trying to work out at home is just a pain. It's way easier when you got access to all of the machines. I thought that it would be really nice to have porta potties on the beach, because, like if you've ever gone to an event that's held near a beach, that's usually where they keep them. I got all the fishing day racks over here. I spent a lot of time getting up to the 300 points for the fishing tournament. It was not nearly as fun as it could have been, because I kept running out of bait. Uh, if it wasn't like so short timed, it probably would have been a little more fun. But it was still fun. It was still fun. Oh, and these are the lockers for the gym area, because well, what's a gym without being able to put your stuff away before you work out? This area up here is actually the restaurant. And before I go in and do a tour on there, I'm actually going to switch over to the other character that lives in this house. And I'm going to do that for each of the houses, I think. So, yeah. And poof! Magical transformation. This is the character Kakashi that I had for this building. Just because I wanted this to be kind of like a beachside restaurant. And I always thought that, like, the way that fangirls romanticize Kakashi and how he's so dreamy kind of reminds me of, like, Orin High School Host Club kind of vibe. So I thought it'd be really funny to make him as a character and then give him kind of like a suit so he could be the restaurant manager. I don't know. I thought it would be really funny. But so this is the restaurant. This is like the main entranceway. It's got lots of fish to really emphasize on the seafood. This is our bar manager. Or I guess, our host and our hostess. That's what I mean to say. This is kind of like where they do all of their work with the computer and the phone. And this would be a cash register, but for whatever reason, that's not an item that Nintendo decided that we would need. Yes, we're going to give you all of the abilities to make as many types of storefronts as you want, but you can't make money off of it. Absolutely ridiculous, Nintendo. I wanted to make money off of your game. This is insane. So each of the houses is completely decked out. This restaurant theme, this is going to be the kitchen. I tried to keep everything musical, so if there's like out of place music stuff, it makes it feel more warmer, you know? This is the cooking kitchen. I've got all of the pans going and all of the workers, they're doing all the cooking and stuff. I probably should have moved a couple of them into the other area, but that's okay. Over to the right here, this is going to be the prep kitchen, actually. Uh, just because, like, in a kitchen, you'd have a prep area and a dishwashing area and then a cooking area. Uh, but these rooms are kind of small, so I didn't want to cram that all into one room, and I had the space, so why not? So this is the prep kitchen and dishwashing area. I tried to get each of the fruits on there. Hopefully they release more fruits in the future because I really don't like coconut. That's it. That's all it comes down to. I don't like coconut. You can fight me on that one all you want, but coconut's great in hair products and not so great to eat. I actually don't hate coconut that much. That's a story for another time. um, Over to the left here, we have the washroom. I thought that it would look really nice to have golden toilets and golden dividers, so you actually kind of get a sense of privacy. I just wish that they had, like, door frames that kind of look like this, and you could just, like, press A on it, and it would swing open the door, and you could walk through it. I think that that would be really nice. It would really definitely help for this bathroom setting. Again, with the music, this room's pretty simple, but I just wanted it to look like a nice fancy bathroom. So this tour is probably going to be longer than most of the other tours that I end up doing just because, like, I know everything and all the stories behind everything going into this, so I'm taking a little bit longer than I should be to kind of talk about everything, but it's fine. It's my channel. This is what's up. This is the upstairs dining area. It's made to feel more like the higher class area, like you paid a little extra to get up here with the live music and the piano and the waiter standing over in the corner. Um, yeah, I really thought that this would be a cool vibe with the cityscape wall and at night. I would want to eat here. I probably wouldn't want to eat seafood, but I'd want to eat here. Downstairs is going to be another seating area, but it's got kind of like a different vibe. It's definitely going more for the ocean with the underwater fish tank. I thought that, like, I just think that the idea of having a fish tank in the wall would be really cool, and so the fact that this is even a wallpaper is really kind of awesome to me. We got another couple waiters and more tables and chairs. I also wish that when you like tried to sit on these benches, you could like slide over and it doesn't just like why can you do that on the bed and the boxing ring, but not on the chairs? Doesn't make sense to me. Come on, Nintendo, fix your game. And that is going to be it for the restaurant. Now we'll go on to the rest of the island. Huh? You like that? You like that? I'm learning things. Transitions, folks. Over to the right side of the beach here, we got the Sphinx. Mostly because I had no idea where I was going to fit the Sphinx in, but I thought it looked cool, so I wanted it to kind of chill there. And also the sandcastle. Um, Further up the beach here is probably one of my favorite areas on my island. Hobo Rock. I don't remember where I saw it, but I saw that someone else had thought of doing a hobo rock. I really wanted to flesh it out with the tires and the oil drums and the crappy little TV that plays inaudible chittering. I thought that that was a really cool idea, and I've just really thoroughly enjoyed having a hobo rock over in the corner. I hope y'all enjoy it as much as I do. Going left over here, where this is actually my character's home, the one residential area that's a player character residential area. Initially, I wanted to have my house over with the rest of the villagers, but space didn't allow for it without getting rid of part of my restaurant, like the cafe area. So I decided to just kind of put it over here. This used to be my black flower field where I farmed all the gold roses, but now it's got nice little pink roses, a garden bench, and this fossil, which I just like that when you come out of the house, it kind of looks like you're riding it. It gives me a very magical feel every time I start up the game. This is my house. I spent a lot of time farming those cherry blossoms trying to get this wall recipe. I ended up buying it from somebody because those were ridiculous to get. I got the little puppers chilling in the living room. I got my DIY bench in here. Over to the left, this is the kitchen area. I thought that the cafe curtain walls looked really good in the kitchen. I've seen online that lots of people agree with that because I've seen so many kitchens since that have it. It really makes it feel like a home kitchen. It definitely gives that vibe. I got all the potted plants and stuff, kind of to make it feel like a Studio Ghibli kitchen. That was the goal I was going for, and I feel like I successfully nailed that. Um, yeah. Over in the top here, this is going to be the washroom. Now, a lot of people feel like the washroom always got to go on the sides. Nah, I thought it would be a lot easier to separate and give the privacy feeling by just putting the panels like this and then walking around that. Got the cloud flooring to kind of make it feel misty in here. Uh, Kind of because of all the steam and stuff coming off of the bathtub. And this is a little bit of a meme that is kind of relative to my household. We actually have like one of those singing bass that like you press the button and it sings like, "Here's a little song I wrote." And so that's why I put that over top of the toilet in my house. Another little thing that I wish that Nintendo would change. Like, I get that they're probably, like, continuously trying to think of things to update to the game. That's kind of why I'm throwing in my 2 cents. But, like, the game's wonderful. I love the game without all of these changes. But it would just be nice if you could, like, step on the scale. Like, it doesn't have to change the reading or anything. Like, but if you could just step on it. Because it's not like it's a big thing. You should be able to step on it. Going over to the right side here, this is going to be my home office area. Because I wanted a room that I could kind of throw all of the awards into. That was my main goal for this room. And so many puppers. Pet the pupper. Pet the pupper. Oh, I love the puppers. I put a collection of plaques from the other houses in here, just kind of make it look like I've won more awards than I've actually worked for. We got the fishing tournament gold and the bug tournament gold. I think the bug tournament was worse than the fishing tournament. At least in the fishing tournament, you got the bait, but when you ran out, then you were SOL. There's nothing for the bug tournament. But it was still fun, you know, getting to hang out with Flick all day and stuff. And this is the one place that I actually wanted the fax machine to be a fax machine. Because this is kind of like a working space. I feel like if I knew how to use a fax machine, I'd probably have one in my real office. Going upstairs. This is my bedroom. Most people put their bedrooms upstairs. I just kind of wanted all of the space. The mannequins in the corner, that's the first custom design that I made for something. Like when I first started playing Animal Crossing, that was the first thing I did. I unlocked being able to use the pro patterns, and I made that. And I'm incredibly proud of it. So I just kind of leave them in here. I don't usually wear it anymore. Like, I think I have it uh, on my wand. Yeah, I do. Hokage! But I don't really wear it much aside from that. Um, in fact, this is probably my favorite one. Senor. And La Muerta. Just because I really like how the candy mask looks, I did not mean to do that. I got all the posters of some of my favorite villagers and some of my significant others' favorite villagers. Uh, they've got they got Poppy and Elvis and Lucky and Mac. Pietro hiding behind the top of the bed. I thought that that was a cool little creepy feature to add. And Vic over top of the bed because he's a Viking. I don't know what relevance that had. I wanted it to feel like kind of what my actual bedroom's like. I definitely do not have that many manga books, so... Manga? However it's said. And this is my basement, which is my music room. This is my pride and joy room, honestly, because I worked so hard to get all of the KK Slider albums so I could put them all on the wall. But then for a long time, the only one that I actually used was the KK Metal, which is why that's playing down here with all of the various instruments. I wish it was easier to play the instruments though. Like if you could just like hold A and it would do all of the riffs and stuff. So you weren't like sitting here spamming like this, because that's not really easy to keep up to the rhythm. You have to have some musical talent to actually play the instruments. Insane. Big if true, right? Okay, and then moving out of this house. We go into the backyard area. This was actually one of the first areas that I terraformed on the island. I just wanted to have the really nice double waterfall effect and an area to fish in at the same time. It wasn't intended to be my backyard, but it ended up being my backyard, and I'm quite happy with it. I got the pool and the private little beach over here with all the coconut trees. I just wanted the palm trees. I didn't want the coconuts, man. Oh well, they'll make some good face moisturizer. And then, when I found out about Jolly Red's existence, I made an opening back here to get to the secret beach. Now, I used to just hide Godzilla on this secret beach. And I hid it behind the observatory house, so you couldn't see it unless you were looking on a specific angle. But then Jolly Red was a thing, and you could not access his boat with Godzilla on the beach, so I was quite devastated. But yeah, now I've got these epitaphs here. Not epitaphs. Tablets. That's better. And a secret little passageway to get around. Walking up these stairs is kind of... I didn't know what I wanted to do here. I knew that I wanted it to be like a statue garden, but when I had too many statues in it, it felt too cluttered. So I just kind of went with the 2 statues. I think it feels nice with a little pond. And a little area to sit by the water and kind of look at the trees and stuff. A couple extra lilies of the valley that I had no idea what I was going to do with them. And then this is where all of like the clean energy is with the solar panel and the wind turbine. And I just thought that that was really nice to put outside the observatory. So in we go to check out the observatory. And this is the player character for the observatory, Celeste! I thought that it would be really funny to make a villager look like Celeste once I saw that there was a beak available. uh, Creating the dress was a lot of fun. I know that it's way too many diamonds, but I think it looks nice. So this is the observatory. I tried to fit a lot of like the constellation based things in here, based off of the Western Zodiac, just because I thought that it really would fit here, especially with all of the fake paintings. Like, I definitely did a lot of work on this after Jolly Red's existence in the game. Um, the palace walls, and I used a lot of dim lighting in this building to try and make it feel more like a workplace and not so much like a living place, right? Um, this is the washroom, playing KK Comrade, because nothing says we go to the washroom like we go to the washroom together. That was a bad joke. I should edit that out. I probably won't, but I should, but I won't. The bathroom's really simple in this one, just because it's supposed to be like you go, you get your business done, and you get out. It's a small bathroom, even though there's supposed to be multiple people working in this observatory. Just because, like, I feel like an observatory wouldn't have a giant bathroom, because they aren't typically, like, open spaces that are supposed to have mass public traffic. This is the workplace area where I've got the couple of workers stationed. We got a laptop going, and I really wanted to make this feel, like, really busy and convoluted, like, kind of scatterbrained, almost. Like a scientist usually would be. From my experiences of people that I've met who are in the science field or in the medical field, they're kind of scatterbrained. So they got the coffee to try and keep them focused, and they got a little mini fridge with the microscope and the lab set on the ground. Just to kind of like make it feel like they got everything going all at once and very cluttered, and they're just trying to, their brains working too fast for all of this to work together. But they make it work. That's what scientists do. There is a single bed in the bedroom over here, just because Celeste lives in the observatory. I guess canonically, in the older games. I didn't play the older games. This is my first Animal Crossing game. Uh, but this, I wanted a bedroom because it also gave more place for like the scorpion lamp and the Gemini closets, and it made it feel, I don't know, these furniture felt more bedroom furniture than anywhere else furniture. So I just slapped a bed in here and called her a day. I had a lot more difficulties with the overall observatory because, like, a lot of the ideas that I wanted to go for, I just couldn't properly execute with what I had and what's available in the game. But I tried my best. So the downstairs is made. The background story that I picked for this is that the observatory was placed on top of a burial ground specifically so they could excavate underneath and Celeste could provide things for Blathers. So this is a tomb that she's currently raiding. Tomb Raider. New Horizons. There's no music to really give it more of a solemn feel, and yeah, I just wanted it to feel kind of mysterious. Like, you feel like you might be getting cursed. The only way I could have possibly done that better is if I played KK Dirt, but, you know, it didn't fit right. It didn't fit right. And now my favorite room in the whole house is, I tried to make the upstairs look like the observatory deck, like you were looking through the telescope out into the night sky. Really got a peaceful feel from the music, with the rocket going around the moon. The log stakes, I feel like, really tied it together to make it feel like a rooftop. I wish I could have added more depth to the deck that I made, but you know, I can only do so much with designing on pixels. I did my best. Yeah. I love the walls and the floors that they put in this game. They just feel so dynamic. It really adds to the atmosphere. And that's it for the observatory. So we're gonna make like a baby and head out. And on with the tour we go. Going back out past this garden. Over to the left here, we have the outdoor library, which was a real pain to get all of these books. You had to wait a day to get 5 books from the orders. It was ridiculous. Absolutely insane. But I time traveled, so it's fine. We got some magazine racks. I really wanted to try and make this feel like an area where you would be like, wow, yeah, no, I wanna sit here and just kind of chill and read a book. I wish you could like hold a book and pretend you were reading it. That would just be a nice little feature. Just kind of sit and chill with your villagers. Every time I see villagers come up here, though, I always get so excited. I'm like, oh my god, I love the library. I felt like these emblem crests were really good for making it look like there were people working here. This guy's just there. I didn't plan on this looking like he was selling magazines or something, but it just panned out that way. These are Pink Floyd based magazines. Yes, you are correct. Mostly because my boyfriend wanted to have a Pink Floyd designed shirt, and so I made him one. And then I was like, well, I have this extra design left over. Let's slap it on a magazine. And it worked out perfectly. Um, Down here, this is kind of like the central way for all of the bridges. I wanted to really still keep like the waterways feel. I love having the rivers going through the island. I wish there was like, I wish I was better with using the waterways because I could definitely get a lot more done to make it feel more. I don't know the word that I'm looking for, but I want more water. I'm just not very good at using it. Over to the left here, we got the orchard, which encompasses the campsite. My orchard used to be a lot larger, but then I realized that I actually did not need it so large. I thought that having the bunny trees here would be really fun. And that's Eloise. Hi, Eloise. Aw. Toot! I love her so much. That was unnecessary, but it's fun sometimes. This is the beach DJ area that I wanted to put in. Um, I wish there was a dance, honestly, because the amount of times that I've seen villagers just chilling down here, and I've gone up and just been kind of like, yeah, I'm head bopping. I think that dancing would have been a really nice little reaction to put in. Hopefully in a future update we'll get dancing because the DJ area was really fun to make, and I think that having a dance area would be really fun. But I did think that maybe putting pitfall seeds down here, that would be a great idea, so they're just kind of waving their arms around. It took a lot of speakers to really get the surrounding feel of the music, though, and everywhere you go in this area, you don't hear the normal music playing, just DJ KK. Um, Over to the side here. Oh, is Eloise gonna sing? Oh, that would make my day. We got the camera recording, as most concert venues do have that. And over this way, this area is completely blocked off because this is kind of like the green room area where the whoever is performing, DJ KK, can just come and chill and get some juice and some water. And I didn't know what else to put back here, to be honest, but I thought that having that much seating and stuff would look really nice. Come on, sing, sing. I dare you. Do it. Nah, she's just vibing. I mean, I guess there's no real lyrics in DJKK, huh? Oh, well, at least she's vibing. We got more porta potties because what's a concert venue without having the washroom access? And the leaning it out of a piece. Because I didn't know where to put it. Honestly, what do they expect us to do with all these monuments? I had no idea. Ooh, balloon. Just gonna get that real quick. Pop. Wonder what it is. A safe? Nice. Over here is where I was trying to get my last green mum. Never happened. Hopefully one day I will. And then this is the apiary, which I thought would be really nice to have on the beach side, like over on this cape here. Especially with all of the orange flowers. Eloise just wants to be in the video. I love it. I guess she does want to be a famous pop star, so it makes sense. And then this is the last player house, Barry B. I'm really excited to show this one off to you guys. It was one of my favorite houses to work on. Yeah, I hope you enjoy as much as I did making it. Welcome to the Hive. And Barry B. Making the wings on Barry B's costume was a pain, so I really hope y'all appreciate it. But I had a lot of fun making this hive. All of the walls and all of the floors. Sorry, not the ceiling. I wish you could edit the ceiling. Are the honeycomb style to make it look like a hive. We got a lot of wasp models and a lot of bee models, but oh man, I love it. It took a lot of effort to get all of the items required for this place. Um, I'm very thrilled with it. Um, Going over to the left here, we have wasps. Just hive. Just all you see is wasps and wasp heads. That's it. This is the army of the wasps. It's just so many wasps. I would love to have someone else come and do a tour of my island just to have them go, sweet baby Jesus, to my bee army. Because bee is way more fun to say than wasps. Because this is the second room full of the wasp army. As you can imagine, there's kind of a theme going on here. Downstairs, we have the honeybee prison. So, I don't know if you guys know much about, like, the Asian giant wasps or whatever they're called, but I saw a video on them years ago which inspired kind of the theme for this hive prior to them coming to North America. That just, conveniently happened while I was making this place, so I'll take the responsibility for them all coming over here. But basically, they have all enslaved these honeybees so that the honeybees don't have to worry about being eaten, and they make all of the honey, and that's why the apiary is directly outside of this place, and we got a few hives in here, because they make all of the honey, and it's heavily guarded by these golden armor suits, which I wish you could just put, like, the heads on top of the mannequin. That would make it look a lot nicer, but yeah, so the wasps control the bees. That's not evil at all. Upstairs, we have sort of like a science lab area. The wasps wanted to become the murder wasps, or the murder hornets, whatever they're called. So it takes 2 stings from a wasp to knock out a player character. it only takes one bite from a scorpion. So what they're trying to do here is they're trying to figure out the element of the scorpion so they can steal its power and become stronger and one-shot people. I wish there was a better, like, system bench for working on, like, table-wise, but I couldn't find anything. But I figured all the gears really added to the eeriness of this room. It kind of makes me feel bad for the scorpions. But you deserve it. And then the last room in the building. This is probably my favorite room in all of the houses. This is the throne room. I've had a couple of people come visit my island now, and all I do is I sit in my throne and I say, Hive. That's it. I sit and I wait for them, and they come in to see that, and I just say, Hive. It's honestly such a creepy room, but I love it so much. It's got all of the wasp models and all of the dung beetles praying to the hive leader. The suits of armor guarding the doors and guarding the king. King Wasp? Queen Wasp? Wasp. Emperor Wasp Lord Barry B. I hope you guys enjoyed this house as much as I did, because it was a lot of work to make, and honestly, it's such a good meme. So I wanted to do another one of those fancy exit transitions, but also this video is getting kind of long, so I just decided to skip that. um, Over on here, we have the soccer field, which I was initially going to do some sort of a big soccer game between like gnomes and paper tigers, but I didn't like the way that some things were angled and some things weren't. It just kind of messed with me. So instead, we've got Robot Hero versus Gojira! I love it. I feel like it's a much better use anyways, and then Gojira has a home from, being kicked out by Crazy Red. Jolly Red? I don't know. Whatever the internet wants to call him. I'm indifferent. So after this, we have one last area that I wanted to check out. And that area is going to be my little secret cove that I made. So if we check the map, you can actually see it. It's in between where my character marker is and where my house is. I made it so that it's very difficult to get into. There's only one way to get in there, and that is from pole vaulting over here and going in between these trees. Every other tree has a fence in between it. So when you try and cross through, you can't. So you either have to know, you have to be in the know, or you just gotta be lucky, I guess. And this is my secret cove that I made. There was a YouTuber I was watching, I don't remember who it was, but the general shape was inspired from one of their designs. They had it more set up to be like a cemetery. I didn't really want to go for a cemetery. I wanted to go for this big, bright flower look with all the blue roses and the pink roses. I really wanted it to feel bright and warm to be in this area. I also want to switch it up at some point, hopefully when we get some cool stuff in the Halloween event, which I'm assuming they're going to have. I don't know for certain, but they said that there's like 2 years worth of updates, so if they don't do Halloween, I'd be really sad. But yeah, I'm really proud of this. It took a long time. This is my first big terraforming challenge, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So this is the end of the tour. Let me know in the comments below how you think I did, what you liked, what you didn't like, and please leave a like if you liked it, leave a dislike if you didn't like it, and if you did, hopefully you'll subscribe, and then I'll be able to see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. So this doesn't actually have anything to do with the islands we were recording, but I think I kind of ruined Flick for myself. I was going around on the multiple characters, giving him honeybees to get the honeybee statues. I was just kind of messing around with different voices for reading out his lines, and I think that it would be really funny if he sounded like that Satan worshiper guy, the one who's like very much just memeing on all of us. He sounds like, if you find yourself where there are no bugs, you have to visualize and manifest them yourself. I don't know. Close your eyes, reach with your mind, feel the bugs, feel them crawling all over your skin, dissolve. I don't know.